Hey guys, how's it going? Chances are that my cell phone is going to drop. I'm driving in search of a sump pump battery. I may not live in New York City, but it's gotten pretty windy here, and on top of that, it has been raining for how many days in a row, and we live in an area in Brampton that's marshy, and the street just east of us has houses that are higher up than ours, and so every time it rains, the water comes pouring onto our property and into our basement. So I am off to Home Depot or Lowe's or Canadian Tire to find a sump pump battery or some kind of backup battery power, because as you probably already know, Hurricane Sandy is making its way up this way. It won't be as bad as New York, however, it's still going to be pretty bad for somebody who has a basement like ours. Our basement is prone to flooding. I don't know if you guys can see the wind blowing the trees over there. Do you see how strong the wind is already? And the storm supposedly isn't even going to arrive until, this evening. I've had a pretty interesting experience trying to find storm equipment. I don't know, I just feel like in the States they're more prepared. Here in Canada, I feel like people don't even know what to do. We went to Walmart, my husband and I, yesterday. We were looking for a battery, backup battery, or whatever you call it. I don't actually know what it's called, but we'll simply put a sump pump backup battery. And the guy in the electronics section, I said, do you guys have backup batteries? And he said, oh, our power bars are over there. I said, I didn't ask you for a power bar. And he's like, that's all we have. And I said, are you sure? And he really didn't give a crap. And then we went to electrical, also at Walmart, and the guy was just like, no, we don't have that, no. And I said, are you sure? Because it's on your website. And he's like, no. And my husband has worked at Walmart in the past, and I don't know, my husband, I think, was a lot more helpful than these guys were. And then we went to another store, and then we said to the lady, we're looking for a backup battery for a sump pump. And the lady said, a sump pump? Where do you live? Do you live out in the country? Why would you need a sump pump here? And I was like, I don't know, people make me laugh. She must live in an apartment or something, because for her to assume that we live in the country and that's why we would need a sump pump battery just cracks me up. So in Southern Ontario, we're expecting something like 5 inches of rain or something like that, and that's a lot. That is insane, especially when all the water from other properties ends up on our property. It's a big deal. Several years ago, we had a major storm that created sinkholes in Toronto and downed some trees, down some bridges. And we've had some insane storms recently, and it's weird that Toronto doesn't prepare for this kind of thing. You'd think, they would put up a stand in the store and special order backup batteries and shop vacs and all the things that you might need. There's a flood warning, by the way, that's been issued by Environment Canada for Southern Ontario. I kind of find it interesting that we are only a couple of weeks away from the election, and now all of a sudden here comes the biggest Atlantic storm in recorded history. I find that pretty hilarious. I'm not going to get into the details of it today, but I will say this. Weather modification is a science. Google it. Google weather modification. And HAARP technology, that's HAARP, can be used to manipulate weather. And a lot of people call it conspiracy theorists, have predicted that, in the days leading up to the election, there was going to be some kind of cataclysmic event that is going to make Barack Obama appear like a hero to the undiscerning voter. And let's face it, there's quite a few undiscerning voters. And I'm not saying just because you support Obama, it means you're an undiscerning voter. That is not what I mean at all. So before you fill up my comment section with that, I did not say that, so let's just clarify that. When I was in university, I signed up for Obama's emails because I was doing a project analyzing how he used social media and basically the internet and the new media to appeal to voters. And I never unsubscribe because I find his emails amusing. In the past 2 months, every single day, 3 times a day, I receive an email from his team and himself and Joe Biden complaining about how they haven't had enough money and they haven't raised, not even half of what Mitt Romney has raised. So they keep saying, oh, this is the last time I'll ask you for $5, but they keep saying it. My husband made a joke. Please don't take offense, it's just a joke, but he said, that's what happens when all your supporters are on welfare. Once again, don't take offense, it's a joke. Think about it. Obama's popularity is definitely dropping, and I'm not saying that Mitt Romney is any better. In fact, I don't like either of them. I would like to see Ron Paul become president. I think that would be awesome. Just because I think he's the only politician I know who's pretty much stuck to his guns. Oh, and finally, don't forget, Proposition 37 is going to appear on the ballot in California. Wherever you are in the world, support Proposition 37 and support GMO labeling. Success! I found one. They do have it at Costco. Unfortunately, Costco opens later, so I had to go other places first, and I was waiting for Costco to open. I knew for sure they had it, so I went to Home Depot, and it's really funny because this older gentleman and a couple of, I'd say older ladies, and I hate ageism, but they were kind of like, I don't know if that exists, sweetheart. Can you show me what this product is? So they took me over to the computer and asked me to show them the product. And I showed them on the Walmart website what it is, and that it is in fact a real thing. And they were like really impressed. I guess they always think that either you have a generator or a sump pump that has a backup battery already hooked up to it. They've never thought of the idea of a surge protector that actually stores power so that you have a couple of hours of power in the event that there is a blackout or a brownout. I guess that's it for now. This is getting pretty long, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye!